2025 for me is going to be packed full of endurance challenges, and I thought in this video I'm going to discuss what they are and why I'm doing them. First up and most notable is the Dragon's Back. Dragon's Back takes part in September, over 6 days, 380 kilometers and over 17,000 meters of elevation gained. It starts in Conway Castle in North Wales and through the 6 days makes its way through the spine of Wales, finishing in Cardiff Castle. Now, last year, only, I believe, 36% or 46% of people actually completed the course. If you get timed out and there are really strict cut-offs, then you will get put on to what's known as the hatchling, where you can either choose to do the first half in the morning or the second half. You will then no longer receive the coveted dragon at the end, but a much smaller baby dragon. So that is the Dragon's Back in that September. So all my goals really are focused towards that race. All my mileage, all the big weekends. But that's not going to take away from what is coming. I have got the Epona 100 miler, and that is going to take part on June the 21st. Now, I volunteered at this event last year and it's absolutely brutal. It's in and around the Brecon area. I was volunteering in Talabont where they were heading up Torrevol, but there's a twist. This year, the route is going to be reversed. So I'm going to have to head out on the hills and recce that area, recce the hills, and that is of course going to play into my fitness for September. All the times in the hills, that 100-mile race as well. So the two big challenging things are going to be Dragon's Back, which is a lifetime goal race for many an ultra runner. It's pinnacle for many, aligned with UTMB. It's notoriously tough, one of the toughest mountain races in the world. I often said the toughest, but there's many other tougher races that I found, like Tour de Jance, which is absolutely insane. On top of that, last year I started 76 marathons in 76 cities. Now, I didn't give a defined timeline for this because I work full time, I've got a family, so I'm just going to fit it in as and when I can. And these are not going to be races, they're going to be solo efforts. If I can get them on the trails, I will. But I've done Bristol, where I've done a tour on the city, and I've done Swansea, but I've done it on the coastline. I've also got booked Manchester Marathon. Now, I'm undecided yet as to if I am going to complete the marathon, because it is in April, and I believe towards the end of April. And at the moment, I'm struggling with glute tendinopathy. I raced 100k October last year, where I finished second. I managed to bag a prize. But ultimately, that has absolutely destroyed my glute. My hamstring is also giving me some issue there. Along with the glute, I have had ACL reconstruction on this knee in 2018, but I haven't really had any issues with the hamstring from the surgery, although I did have high hamstring tendinopathy about 18 months ago. So I don't know if it's going to be sensible to put in a training block for Manchester in regards to speed. I went out and done a hilly long run 3 hours yesterday in Llyn Fach, and the pain scale is about 1 or 2, so it's manageable. Moving well up hills, moving well down hills, but I can definitely feel the fatigue and that the injury is not completely gone. So I'm going to have to really focus on the strength, which I am, and the resistance training with the band work, the foam rolling, the massage gun, just the general runner problems. I mean, I'm 40 in March, which brings me on to my next challenge. My 40th birthday. I always wanted to do something spectacular for my 40th, and I was planning to do the Welsh Coastal Path and try and set the FKT. However, because of time with work and holidays, and me wanting to prioritize my family in regards to my leave. I didn't want to use up all my leave just so I could go and run the Welsh Coastal Path. So what I have done instead is booked a family holiday to Gran Canaria, and I'm going to run the length of the country. Not the Transgran that you would ordinarily associate Gran Canaria with, which is like 120 kilometers. But I watched a YouTube video where you can actually do 66 kilometers from the northwest down to the south. So I'm going to plan that over the next couple of weeks in regards to logistics, how I'm going to get to the start and how I'm going to fuel. But that's going to take place on my 40th birthday, which is in March, and I hope that this glute is at least somewhat fixed by then. If not, I'm still doing it anyway, but I'd like to give it a good shot and do a good time. So 2025, the year of endurance. 2024 was terrible for me. I broke my back in January after an epic 23. I podiumed all of Pegasus events apart from one where I came 10th, and that was a rough day. So 2025 is going to be a good year with endurance and races and getting out in the mountains, on the trails, and constantly pushing myself to be better. So if you have come across this video and you are doing any of these events, then I'd love to join you in the comments to see how your training's going, and hopefully together we can pursue that purpose. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you have liked it, please like that video. It does help the algorithm, as every YouTuber says, and help push the video. But more importantly so, please smash that subscribe, because it really does help the channel to reach out to the further on audience and help push my message that you can better your mental health and well-being by being active, being outdoors and moving. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.